Hey there peeps, it's me again and I'm back for another video. This time I am interviewing the co-founder and CEO of ShareRing, Mr. Tim Bos. So we will be discussing more about ShareRing's concept, features, advantages, benefits, and exciting updates, plus their future plans as well, especially right here in the Philippines. So if you really want to learn more coming from our special guest speaker Tim Bos on this interview, I suggest that you should keep watching, peeps. Okay guys, so I am here right now with my special amazing guest for today, the co-founder and CEO of ShareRing, Mr. Tim Bos. It's great for you to be here, sir, and welcome to the show.
Great, thanks for inviting me on. Really excited to be here.
Okay, and could you say hello to our amazing subscribers and those who are watching us right now on YouTube?
Sure. Hi everyone. I hope you enjoy this interview.
All right, so let's get it on with the questions that I have prepared for you, Tim. So are you ready?
Sure, let's go.
All right, so could you share more about yourself to our amazing subscribers here on YouTube?
Yeah, sure. So, ShareRing is the third company, actually fourth company I've co-founded. So, I founded my first company when I was in my late teens, 19, 20, teaching people how to use the internet back in the early 90s, and got a real taste for running my own company, but realized that I needed to learn a lot more about how to actually run a company. So I went in and got a job. I worked for a video games company. I was a general manager of their IT after a while there. I then worked for a company that was a joint venture of Accenture and Microsoft. And then I left that company, worked for an investment bank in Singapore for a while, running strategy, and then started my first, proper startup in 2004, which was focused around GPS tracking vehicles, actually tracking animals we started off doing, and then moved into vehicles. And I sold that in 2008. Worked for them for a while, started a new company called Keys in 2012, which was focused on how do we build a platform for the sharing economy? How do we build an Amazon for the sharing economy? And we started working on it. We realized that through a very sort of narrowly defined set of APIs for companies to come on and build their own rental products and things like that, we realized it was too difficult to create something that was super flexible and allowed us to actually have, car rentals and house rentals and equipment rentals, because the rules behind it are all different. So we basically just focused on car sharing and car rental business and built that out. That was sold earlier this year to a German startup called Wonder Mobility. But we always wanted to start something that was a flexible platform for the sharing of anything. And we knew what we needed to do. We needed to have a flexible rental mechanism, payments, really solid identity management, and a number of other things around reviews, trust, and that stuff. So when Ethereum basically came out, the white paper came out in 2016, I really looked at the idea of these smart contract or virtual machine where you could effectively run a contract or a set of rules that was immutable in a virtual machine. And that was something I looked at and thought, this is going to allow us to make a flexible platform that we wanted to do. So it was always in the back of my mind, and I got some people looking at it. I researched it myself, and then in the end of 2017, ShareRing was born. So the idea of ShareRing really morphed out of that, and understanding that we could create this platform that had these protocols on it. That's the rest is history.
Okay, Tim. So thank you very much for sharing more about yourself and how ShareRing started. What is currently the mission and vision of ShareRing, by the way?
So for ShareRing, we've got quite a broad mission and vision. So really what we want to do is basically create or work within sort of the new breed of what's called the sharing economy. So in terms of sharing, we don't just look at it as simply me sharing or renting stuff to you. It's quite a broad view. So anything from the sharing of products, the sharing of rentals and peer-to-peer sharing and all of that sort of stuff. But we also operate in identity management, so sharing of ID and things like that. We operate in payment systems as well. So FX and all that sort of stuff. So the platform we've created has an identity management protocol. We've got a payment protocol, we've got a rental protocol, an asset management protocol, and a few other things that we haven't sort of released yet that are in the pipeline as well. So it's quite a broad vision, and we're really well on our way to achieving that.
Okay, so thank you very much for sharing to us about the mission and vision of ShareRing. Now, could you explain to our subscribers here about the whole project concept of sharing?
Yeah, so in terms of the concept of sharing, I mean, it's as I mentioned before, it is quite broad. We do have a few, I guess, very tight sort of focus areas that we operate within, and that is obviously the identity management. It is the payment systems and all of that. So what we're trying to do is really create that backbone of the sharing economy. So the areas that we work in at the moment is travel and aviation, which has obviously been an interesting year for that. Is finance and banking, governments and cities, so smart cities and things like that, and then logistics and transportation. So the technology really includes identification, document storage and verification, which is really uses our identity platform to actually verify and validate different documents. It could be anything from a driver's license or a passport or to a university degree or something like that. On-demand access services, peer-to-peer marketplace, and also micropayments through our sharing payment platform.
Okay, so thank you very much for sharing to us about the whole project concept of sharing, Tim. What are the advantages and benefits of sharing for both the travel, crypto, blockchain, and DeFi space?
Yeah, so it's a great question. So in terms of the travel area, which is one of our focus areas, so we basically view this as travel version 4. We haven't seen any real true innovations in travel for many years. I mean, the biggest innovation that we've seen is basically creating travel programs on an app, right, that allow you to still do the same things. I book a flight, I book hotels and things like that. So what we're trying to do is take a lot of this friction away for travelers. So at the moment, if I book a flight, I need to go in there, I find the airline, I book the flight, then I need to go in later, I enter all my passport details, I get approval, I need to separately organise a visa, I need to get approval for that. So the steps that you need to do just to get on a plane and do international travel is crazy. So using sharing ID, we basically look at simplifying that to say, okay, I buy my airline, one click. It automatically has my passport details, so I can send that off to the airline to get the approval. I need a COVID test done, that's fine. I use my sharing ID to facilitate that. So we have this basically single streamlined process that takes you from booking a flight to arriving at your destination. And the same goes with hotels. So why when I book a hotel today do I need to go to the front counter and wait for 30 minutes in a busy time to actually just get my card to go up to my room? So our process allows us to use sharing ID and our payment system to book your hotel, go straight to the hotel. Someone can see your photo because they've got the sharing ID. They don't need to do the passport check and all that sort of stuff because it's done already. And then they just give you your room key, or you use your phone to unlock the door and go to your room. So that's sort of some of the improvements we're doing in travel. The other area is around activities. How do we create trust between me as a customer and the activities provider in terms of making sure that they're trusted, they've got a good history, especially for things like one-on-one tours and things like that. So once again, our trust platform and sharing ID also assists with that.
Okay, so thank you very much, Tim, for sharing to us about the advantages and benefits of sharing for both the travel, crypto, blockchain, and DeFi space. Who are currently the project partners of sharing, by the way?
Wow, that's a big question. We've got a lot of partners. So in terms of the travel industry, we've got very large partners like Rakuten Travel Exchange, which is a Japanese-based company. We work with them not just as an aggregator of hotels for us. What they recently started this organisation off as an intermediary, really, between the hotels and the online travel agents, and then other services that get offered to those. So there's discussions that are bigger than just us supplying some of their products. Other partners that we've got include Viator, which is a division of TripAdvisor. So we work with Viator for activities and events and things like that. We also, I guess, our largest partner at the moment is Tencent. So Tencent is one of the 5 largest companies in the world. We work with them on very closely on our identity management platform, but also jointly on other opportunities together to get wider adoption of our platform in finance, travel, and a number of other areas. And we've got a huge list of other partners. There's really too many to mention at the moment, but they're probably the top 3 that are worth mentioning.
Okay, so thank you very much, Tim, for sharing to us the project partners of sharing. Now, could you share to us about the future plans of sharing in the next few years?
Yeah, sure. So I guess 2020 for us has been really about building on our partnerships and developing the product. So we were ready to launch a very good product at the start of the year, but it was very travel focused. So when COVID hit, we made a decision to we could either lay low, save our money, lower the team, and really sort of wait for this to play out, or invest more, build stronger products, build better partnerships, increase the team size, open new offices, and all that. And that's exactly what we did. And we're very thankful for it because it's worked really, really well for us. So next year is really about adoption. So we release the app, we release the products on the app, and then it's all about building the communities, get user adoption, and then start sort of being accepted as an option for for hotels, for travelers, for things like our open world passport, which is our COVID vaccination proof, e-visa on arrival, banking sign up, sharing ID. So all of these things we're looking for adoption next year. Next year, we're looking to sort of either invest in or acquire some startups or other companies as well. So it's an area where we're in sort of discussions with to do those things, which is really exciting for us. And then after that, it's really about growth. So we get initial adoption, we grow the product set, and then we sort of grow the communities, not just operate within the crypto sphere. We sort of target people outside of the crypto area as well.
Okay, team. So thank you very much for sharing to us about the future plans you have for us. And speaking of the future plans and adoption, do you have any plans for ShareRing to expand here in the Philippines?
Yeah, absolutely. So our focus at the moment is ASEAN area. So, the Southeast Asia nations, Philippines is very much within that area. So we already have a couple of our community managers are based in the Philippines. And then also a good friend of ours has some very, very strong contacts within not just the government, but also large industry in the Philippines. So we're starting to work with him as well to see what opportunities there are for us over there. So yeah, definitely watch this space.
Okay, team. So thank you very much for sharing to us that you are going to possibly expand here in the Philippines, and we're very excited for that. And speaking of excitement, by the way, do you have some exciting updates to share for the community and those who are watching our video here right now?
One of the things that we're going to be releasing very, very soon. So in terms of the app itself, the app is basically ready to roll out. So we're doing a soft launch on that. And what that means is that it's an invite-only launch. So we'll be launching a website soon where people can put their name down and become part of that invite-only. But I guess the other thing that we haven't really announced yet is we're going to launch a referral program as part of that. So the referral program is going to basically ask people to obviously refer friends to get them in, but we're going to give some really, really good rewards for that. So it'll just be vouchers around travel and things like that, but we're also going to offer some prizes, like very significant prizes for people that refer over a certain number of people. So that's to drive sign-ups, and the more people that sign up, the better it is for everyone.
Okay, Tim. So thank you very much for sharing to us some exciting updates that you have for us, and we're looking forward to the app, of course. So could you share why ShareRing is going to become a game changer in travel and other traditional industries, especially in adopting crypto, blockchain, and DeFi in their ecosystem?
Yeah, sure. So that's a great question. I mean, what we've seen is there's a few different types of companies that are operating in blockchain. There's ones that say, I'm going to do something in travel or something in e-commerce or something like that, and we're going to let people pay with crypto. So, the benefits of that are very questionable. I mean, other than the fact that they accept crypto as well as fiat payments. So, it's just another travel company. What we're basically doing is we're saying, how can we use the blockchain platform and technology behind blockchain to improve travel? So we're not looking at sort of going head to head and competing with booking.com and things like that. What we're doing is we're offering an alternative, not just for customers of ours, but also other online travel agents that might want to white label our product. We're offering alternatives for governments for how they process their visa on arrival or visa process, for their VAT returns, for COVID passports, for banking on how people sign up. So what we're doing is we've got these modules or this technology that can be embedded in existing products. I guess a great example is we've now released, or actually about to release, the concept of using sharing ID to sign up for any service on any website. So a website can add 2 lines of code to accept a sharing ID. And what that means is if I have sharing ID, I can get my phone, scan a QR code on the website, approve that I can send whatever the data is. Maybe it's just a username and password, not username, but email address and username. Maybe it's full identity information. And then that would sign up automatically on the website using my blockchain based identity. And then next time I want to sign in, I just scan that QR code again. What we've done there is we've eliminated passwords completely. So you don't need a password to basically log into websites and things like that. So, we see a lot of fundamental changes coming about because of some of the technology we've developed. In terms of, there's a lot of these things are game changers. And I think before I mentioned there's different types of blockchain. There's the ones that are making protocols, which is just we're looking for real world use that will adopt those protocols, and then ones like us that are making whole platforms that actually have some genuine real world use and real world adoption as well. So yeah, we're really looking forward to the future.
Okay, so thank you very much for that, Tim. So before we end, could you invite our audience here to check out ShareRing website, social media channels, etc.? So go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can check us out. Our website is ShareRing, ShareRing.network. We've got our Telegram channels as well, which is ShareRing. And yeah, I'm sure on this, the video will add some details down below to with some links there that you can go. But we've got an amazing community. Really sort of love to see the Nomad Fury community join in on that community and provide some feedback. Also welcome to start sort of other different language communities as well. We've recently had a new Spanish community, which has now got a few thousand members in it. So yeah, please join in and join the discussion.
Okay, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest, the co-founder and CEO of ShareRing, Mr. Tim Bos. Thank you so much for your time here in the show, sir. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Appreciate your time.
Okay, and also I would like to thank all of my subscribers and those who are watching our interview session regarding ShareRing. Thank you all for watching our interview session. By the way, I hope you guys have learned a lot coming from Tim, and we really appreciate it, guys. However, if you have any questions to Tim that was not answered in this interview, you can post it here in the comment section of the video. And of course, I would really appreciate it if you guys show some love for ShareRing by liking this video, leave some positive comments, and help spread the word about our interview session to your crypto and non-crypto friends in various social media sites that you are active right now, especially those who love to travel around the world. And by the way, guys, I know you're excited for the upcoming ShareRing app, and I know that we're almost there. Can't wait for it, by the way. Okay? And for more videos regarding cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, and DeFi, just simply click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And you can follow my social media channels right here or in my video description. Okay, so from my home studio, this is Jeff, aka Nomad Fury, and see you all on my next video. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks very much. Thanks for your time.